Okay, so today I will be working on my programming language and actually implementing stuff. So I do have 3 videos where I explain how the language kind of works, how the transpiler works, but now I'm not really going to explain much, and you can try to follow along, and I'll try to keep, I'll try maybe to add sections to the video. I was just looking through this code in my test. Basically, like my largest test for my transpiler right now is when I'm re-implementing the transpiler in itself, right, in my programming language. And so now I'm trying to uncomment some of the code to, yeah, that one's gonna be rough. Is that all? This is fine too. Yeah, okay, so I was looking at the commented code and trying to see, can I uncomment it, basically? Oop. Huh. What did I uncomment? I did dot back, and out is a vector, okay. So I need to implement the dot back on a vector, or... No, it's fine, I'll implement dot back. So it's probably going to be similar to size. I'm going to put it here. So if you do dot back on a vector, the return type is going to be t.valueType.get. Yeah. So dot back is going to be the return type here is going to be copy this type. Representation is going to be dot back like that, and the value that's going to be the value category of the vector. So it's going to be copy. We're going to copy that. Okay. Now I have this switch statement. I do believe that I have not implemented switch statements in my transpiler right now, so I'm going to do that really quickly. I have something called match statement that I've implemented partially, but switch is much more simple, and I have not. So as you can see, if basically the switch statements, they're not even getting freaking called here. That's incredible. Oh wait, it's because I don't have any, so let's uncomment that. That should work. Okay, no, it's missing probably switch expression colon new line indent plus. I'm gonna change the plus to a star. Hopefully that's gonna compile. So basically now it was requiring that there's at least one case in the switch. I prefer not requiring that. It's kind of like the if. In Python, you need at least one statement inside an if. If you don't want to put any, you can put pass. But I don't like that. I'm just giving the responsibility to the user. You don't want to put anything in your switch? That's fine. I won't stop you. So we are gonna need an expression expr. Do I only allow one? I think I will only allow one. And a vector of switch case, expression expr, and then we're gonna have no, I think it's a vector of statement. Standard vector. Okay, so basically we're gonna have to .expr equals it's gonna be get struct statement.get grammar expression, and then dot cases equals, okay, that's gonna be get struct, let's call that switch case. That's gonna be switch case.get grammar expression. I think it's get expression struct. That's why it wasn't working. So we need an expression and the colon indent code block. I have get statements. So I need get statements with something like that. So let's look at the statement. There is one expression, value C. There is one case. The expression is backslash. And the statements, there should be 0 statements, right? Oh, there are statements. Okay, so there is an if and a return. And the if has 2 statements. If I go into 0 statements, underscore value, if expression, there's an expression, if statements, there's 2 statements. Okay. So now I want to transpile this. Basically the first thing is switch only makes sense if it's a number or a string. I know in C++ you cannot switch on string, but to me that's one of the dumbest things ever. Like, I understand that switching on a string is slower than switching on an int, but come on, like, it just creates so much headaches for no reason. So I need functions like this. So basically I'm gonna have like if is int. This is a meta type, okay. So if it's an int, that's okay. I'm not gonna implement that yet though. Char or string and float. So is floating and is char or string. Now I should hit the char or string. So indeed it's a char or string. And if we look at the actual type, variables, no wait, not variables, sorry, I'm looking at expr info. Type. It looks like it's a character. I need to check that the expressions in the statements are compile time construct and get their value. Okay, so you can switch on a case can be a compile time construct, and I definitely want this in my language too. So I was going to check, does it contain a string, but it's actually more complicated than that. For now, I will check only if it contains like a string literal. But eventually I have to solve that problem. Oh wait, literal is a keyword? I'll just call it val, I don't know. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to do return if error statements. Otherwise I'm going to do ss statements dot value. And I think I do not want empty cases, so I think I'm going to do if statement dot cases dot size equals 0. For now I'm just going to throw. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. Maybe I will allow them, but I think it's preferable not to allow them. Okay. I have a bad access. Why do I feel like this is... This is somehow like recursive, but I don't understand how. Like I call transpile with the statements and I get back into this. Like what? Comment this out and run. There is a switch, there is a case. Ooh, that's interesting. That's a bug I didn't expect. So the backslash from the string literal is not being transpiled properly. Yeah, this comment is garbage. Let's try that. Okay, so now I have the correct output here. That's good. So something is wrong here, where basically we're getting a form of, it's not like literally a Stack Overflow, but we're essentially encountering recursion where there's not meant to be recursion. So I want the call stack. So as you can see, so the call stack keeps doing here, 207. So we're always visiting a statement and we're going basically here. Call expression, statement, statement, return, call expression. Ah, okay, it's a function call to this. Yeah, that makes sense. And oh yeah, call expression, exactly. And then switch. Okay. So. Oh, does it call itself? Ah, that's so funny. That is so funny that it calls itself. That's my first function that calls itself in my examples. So wait, let's go back to this. I know what I need to do. So basically the problem is in the call expression, let's see. If call expression right here. Traverse function. We're gonna do this. And that should solve it. Okay, so it did run, it didn't crash, it produced something. And I imagine that this is the only difference, basically. Oh, this is not aligned properly, this switch here. That's quite weird. Why is that not aligned properly? So you're telling me that when that here, state.indent is 2? State? wait, indent is 5. What are you talking about? And if it is 5, how come the string looks like that? Let's do auto s equals. I don't understand because the thing is, if the indent is 5, the string should not look like that. There should be 5 tabs. I think I know why the indent is 5, but like rather why it's bugged is because probably there's a function call. And I passed the state instead of passing state.unindented at some point. But anyway, it's just a detail for me. As you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tabs here. So I don't know why in the output there aren't 5 tabs. So here I have a transpile state. Yeah, so you see this is about it's state.unindented. Now I'm going to search for this. There's probably more. Okay, so state.indent is 1. That didn't work though. Oh, okay, there's another thing that might be happening is if the context in which this is called adds a... Yeah, okay, so this already indents. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like I shouldn't indent here. But because it's going to break a few things if I change that now, and I'm gonna have to add indents in other places, I won't. So let's just do that. Now, this is correct. Now let's go check out. I imagine that this is here, right? Let's just run. Whoops, is that not there? Wait, 189, 188. Ah, it's there. Ah, I don't know why it's aligned like that. Let's try to fix some of the alignment, okay? This is supposed to be like that. This is supposed to be like that. This is supposed to be there. Let's see, the first thing to do is to add a new line after the while. I need a new line here. So the while isn't indented properly. The end, as you can see, the problem is here. This is indent state.indent. This is probably the double indent bug that I just noticed. So let's go for assignment. I don't need to add the indent here. Let's change that. The else branch of the if. So the closing if isn't indented. Let's go change that. State.indent. Else. Yeah, this is kind of... Oh, no, okay, this is an if. Yeah, okay, I guess that makes sense, yeah. Transpile here, I think. Yeah, I need a new line. And then this can be state.indented, no? So the closing of the else needs this. So we're gonna take this produced and throw it in the expected, because it's probably correct. Now, another thing I can do to check if it's probably correct is to see if it compiles. The code is like garbage, right? If we look at the only thing it's doing, it's calling like build file, and it just returns false. But basically we're just checking, does it compile? Like the output, okay, it doesn't compile. That's very, very interesting. Char is char. Ah! That's correct, right? Yeah. Oof. That's gonna be return case expr, and then that's gonna be case expr dot bracket 0 equals case expr bracket case expr dot length -1 equals dot return K6PR. Yeah, okay, maybe I should call the function too. That'd be great. That's gonna be case fix val.value. Templated like that. There we go. If I run this, now it runs. It's valid C++. Wow, that is crazy, isn't it? Already 20 minutes for such a small bit of the implementation. I think I'm going to leave you with this in this video and make another video because the next thing is pretty much unrelated. This is only work on the switch statement, and then I start working on something else. As you can see, I have nearly another 5 hours of recording to go through. I did this pretty much this, I recorded for like 6 hours in 3 days, maybe, implementing stuff. And then I went to edit and I was like, I did record for 6 hours. That's going to take quite a long time. And it took me like an hour and a half to make this 20 minutes. I ended up cutting many things, like little bugs that we don't care about, or me talking about implementation details. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that you can enjoy the next video. But as I said, it's not going to be related to the switch statements. It's going to be more related to some of the code that I'm about to uncomment in the file. Remember, I only uncommented one of the cases. When I go to uncomment the other ones, I'm going to run into different problems. And so those are going to be unrelated to the switch statement, but they are going to have their own problems with them. So that's going to be even worse. This was maybe an hour and a half of recording, and then this is 4 hours and a half. I don't know how I'm going to go about this. Oof.